So we're going to figure out what it is we're going to talk about and when we're going to talk about them. The way we're going to do that is by everyone, we're going to do a brainstorming list, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to talk about. Here's the rule. If you suggest a topic for a talk, you have to be able to moderate the conversation. So it doesn't mean you have to be do not be the expert who lectures at everyone, but please have enough ability to sort of manage the conversation, be responsible for the conversation that you propose. Does that sound fair? Is that good? That's a good rule?
At least be there.
At least be there. So, I'm going to be here on the floor. So, throw them at me. Who wants to talk about what? Conflict.
No, confidence.
Confidence. Oh.
Yeah.
Confidence.
Wait, confidence.
Confidence.
We should have a faith and resistance. Faith and resistance retreat.
Right.
Reflection on the Catholic worker anti-racism statement that came out of the spring retreat.
On that, Lincoln brought copies, so if anyone's interested in reading it and offering some conversation on it and help deciding where to publish it, whether or not you agree with it.
I brought 30 copies, so if anyone wants to see it before we meet, I have them.
I'd be willing to offer a recap or like sort of a recap of our decolonization. Boiled 12 hours of discussion into an hour and a half.
I have a question. I don't know if this is a topic, but I just received in the mail from maybe the Land family in New Zealand. Did anybody else get this letter in the mail? Yep. Oh, where? No, it was sort of like we're dealing with sexual abuse of children and this issue of like raising children in the Catholic worker and like raising children in community and we're wanting to hear from other communities about wisdom and I thought I'd bring it to this gathering, that question that they seemed like that they were reaching out to other communities to ask for. So I don't know if people want to talk about that and if people have wisdom.
So it's keeping kids safe / New Zealand situation. Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah, or just that balance, or I don't know, those questions of hospitality and children's safety, and I don't know.
I was gonna propose one on war tax resistance. If there's interest, I know at the spring gathering I started talking about it. It seemed like there are a few Catholic workers there that weren't that familiar with war tax resistance, other than living below the poverty line. So I brought a bunch of National War Tax Resistance Coordinating Committee like pamphlets and stuff, and I'm a counselor for them. So if there's enough interest in it, I'd definitely lead a round table on war tax resistance. So think about it before we decide interest on bonus.
I would do the same old on how can you be a Catholic worker butcher? You know, and love these animals and kill them and eat them, and how does that fit into nonviolence? And
So you're responding to that?
all that, and
You're responding to that?
no, I mean, yeah, responding to it, yeah, I suppose.
No, he's trying to brainwash people. That's what he's saying.
So that's what I do, and questions on animals, on farms, and environmental stuff, and all the confusion that got put out there by what's their name? Cowspiracy, and then they did another one. They did another, which is another. It's as dumb as Cowspiracy. So anybody that wants to talk about that, I'll do that again.
I don't know if there's interest, but I'd be interested in conversation around intergenerational dynamics in the Catholic worker movement, passing on tradition.
Diversity.
Yeah.
So you're gonna run that one, right?
I'll do it.
I would like to lead a circle or be part of a circle that's sharing our communal songs. Especially, if people know Liz Rogg, she's leading a community singing movement, and we've learned a lot of her songs, and I know other people have songs to share as well.
At the farm gathering, there was some discussion from people to like think about work. And I don't know, an ethic of work and a philosophy of work, and I'm just the topic of, but I don't, again, that's interesting to me. I don't know if that is something we want to talk about.
All right, we'll do this for 30 more seconds. We got one to say.
Hospitality in the era of sanctuary.
Wow, I want to go to all of them.
30 seconds.
The hard man.
Any others?
I could offer one on the Billings ovulation method of fertility awareness, natural family planning, if there was interest. And then I was trained as a teacher this year, so. And concurrent with that, Catholic worker singles. I'm kidding.
All right, any others? Okay, so it's my philosophy, and this is from the Ohio River Valley Catholic Worker Gathering. All of these are important conversations, so they're all going to happen. But what we're going to do is we're going to figure out which ones are the most likely to get a big crowds, and those will slot in the roundtable conversations, and the other ones we will assign for mealtime. So if we don't have a big enough crowd that's going to happen as a roundtable, please, we'll assign it so at dinner, anyone who wants to talk about that at dinner, sit with those people to talk about that as a dinner time conversation. So that all these conversations can happen because they're all important. So with that in mind, we'll just do a straw poll, and based on that straw poll, I will then go assemble this as a schedule, which will be posted inside. What time is the first roundtable?
11 o'clock.
What time is it now?
15 minutes. 10:45.
So, very quickly, a schedule will be assembled rapidly and posted inside for the first slate of roundtables. So let's do a straw poll. Raise your hand. I'm going to read them off one more time. Raise your hand if there is a good likelihood that you would skip something else to go to this conversation, that you actually really would show up, even if it meant like missing a nap or something like that. So,
Oh boy.
that's what we'll do. I'm going to read them once just so you get them fresh, and then I'll read through it with a straw, and I'll go where I can actually see hands. So the list is Talk on Confidence, led by Joseph. The Faith and Resistance Retreat, led by Frank. Thank you. Catholic Worker Anti-Racism Statement with Lincoln. Decolonization with Brenna. Keeping Kids Safe / Hospitality / New Zealand with Alice. War Tax Resistance with Lincoln. Catholic Worker Butchering Animals with Mike. Intergenerational Aspects with Eric. Diversity with Joseph. Community Songs with Mary Kay. Philosophy of Work with Alice. Hospitality and Sanctuary with Maria. And Fertility Awareness with Regina. Isn't that a good slate? Aren't those good things?
Wow.
Okay. What's that?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I missed the brief beginning of this. I see my name is on there. Did I volunteer to lead something? Because I didn't go.
Yes, you did.
Yes, the work
you did.
one, yes.
It's going to be great. It's going to be so good.
Was that a rule?
It was a declared rule. Okay, keep in mind that Alice isn't going to be super awkward. So just be aware of that as you're voting. So, who would definitely show up to one on confidence with Joseph? All right. Faith and Resistance Retreat. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do my own marking. Anti-racism statement. All right. Decolonization. Keeping kids safe in hospitality. War tax resistance. Catholic Worker Butchering Animals. intergenerational. Diversity in the Catholic worker. Community songs and singing.
Yeah.
Philosophy of work. That's a lot of common numbers. Hospitality and sanctuary. Right? And fertility awareness training. All right. So, I'll assemble this real fast, and should I hang it up here or outside?
Where there's a bigger space to see it.
I will tape it to the doors, the big white